Hello, YouTube. My name is Latrice Fowler, and I am a self published author and a multi passionate entrepreneur. I was going to say serial entrepreneur, but sounds too much like I'm eating cereal. So we'll just go with multi passionate entrepreneur for now. So these are just going to be impromptu video uploads because I really want to be a YouTuber. I have been putting it off for years due to fear of being in front of the camera, and I wasn't going to live my life like that anymore because it's just initially talking to a camera, but also knowing that other people are going to see the videos, but it's neither here nor there anymore. I am in a better headspace, um, when it comes to being in front of the camera. I have a whole business where I need to be in front of a camera, and I'll talk about that in another video. But for this particular um, video, I do want to talk about fear because fear really crippled me in the past, and I'm sure I'm not alone. You know what I mean? So back in, I want to say maybe 2015, when I was conditioning myself to become a writer. Um, Even further back from there, when I was in high school, I remember saying that, one day I am going to become a writer. And so, of course, fast forward to 2015, that's when it actually happened. And to do that, I knew absolutely nothing. I mean, yeah, people say just put your butt in a chair and start writing. It really is not just that black and white. I have found that it's a lot more into it because you have to figure out what type of writer you want to be. I knew I wasn't the type to write, these long drawn out novels. I tried my hand at, of course, at fiction, but I'm not there yet. I'm more of a nonfiction writer, a more of a um, motivational writer. And it took me some time to really understand that that was my lane, where I needed to be, and to what is the word? To market that, you have to be on social media and you have to do all the things. Well, at least that's what I thought you had to do. Be on Twitter, be on Instagram, be on Periscope or YouTube or what have you. And it was really difficult, especially on Periscope, because of the whole live broadcast. And I know at the time Facebook had live broadcasts. And so it literally crippled me to a standstill when holding the phone in my hand with the app launched, the button, biggest shit on the dang phone to press. I mean, it probably even animated, to get you to click the button. And I couldn't do it. I could not do it because it was the equivalent of stage fright. But I was at home in my room holding a phone and I had stage fright. I had Periscope broadcast fright. And this happened over and over. Now, I did manage to go live on Periscope a few times, and I felt like it was not good. It was not, I did not feel comfortable. I did not feel like, even though people were saying that whatever I was talking about at the time was, brilliant, or it was good information or whatever, to me, it was a disaster because of the fear and how I felt in the moment. And so over time, I was like, you know what? Either you're going to figure out a way to conquer this fear, you're going to figure out a way to get over this hurdle or whatever you want to call it, obstacle, brick wall, whatever you want to call it. You have to find a way to get over it because you can't live like this for the rest of your life being fearful of something. So I thought about it and I thought about it and I was like, well, what is it that's preventing me from being comfortable in front of the camera? What am I so worried about? What is the deal? And so I would think about it and I would, what if I, say something. I mean, it was live. So what if I say something that I shouldn't have said? Or what if I mispronounce a word? Or what if, the spit bubbles that formulate when I'm talking so passionate about something, what if they just, fly out my mouth? And or what does my facial expressions look like when I talk? Or, all of these things were just going over and over and over in my head. And so I was like, you know what? Turn on the camera. You're not going to go live, but you're going to record a video for yourself. So you can look back and see exactly what it is that you're worried about other people seeing. And then I did that. And I would record and record and record, and I would play the recording back. And I didn't see, maybe the first couple of times I saw some stuff, but I think in my head, I wanted to see the things that would validate my reasoning for not going on camera. And then over time, I just kept looking and looking and looking, and I was like, you know what? You really don't see any of those things. Your facial expression is fine. The words that you speak are fine. You don't see the spit bubbles, even though you feel them formulating, you don't see them. And so over time and over hundreds of videos, it was like, okay, so now what? What do we do now? You know what I mean? And then, but of course, I still did not go live on camera. I did record some things, but it took like retake after retake after retake. And then splicing things together. And nowadays on YouTube, a lot of people are just hitting record and uploading the video in its natural state, like this video. And I find that it's the right time. If I'm ever going to be a YouTuber or just a content creator, if you will, turn on the damn camera and just, hit record and just talk about some stuff. And that's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. And that was one of my fear stories because it really did impact my life. It was horrible to feel like that. For what? Because I thought I was going to say something that I shouldn't have said. I mean, okay. And then I also did, in conjunction with creating the videos, looking at them back, I would watch other people that were doing the very thing that I wanted to do and that were still making money and or had hundreds of thousands of followers. And some of them had the spit bubble, you could see it. Some of them did other things. And I'm like, okay, well, and another thing was pausing or taking too much of a long pause between sentences or thoughts or things like that. And I thought that was going to be a thing. But watching these gurus or influencers or what have you do the same thing, and they weren't really caring about the same thing I was caring about, or it didn't appear so, but they were doing it anyway, even if they were. And so that really helped. That really helped change my whole thought process. And it really all boils down to mindset also. And I want to go back to conditioning myself as a writer. I kept seeing so many things about mindset this, mindset that, mindset this. And I was like, okay, I'll deal with that later. I had that attitude. I'll deal with that later. I'll deal with that later. Until I really had to really think about mindset and what that really meant. And it means a lot. Mindset is everything. It's the way we think about things, the way we perceive things. It's just, it is a ever, not ever. See, I said something that really wasn't relevant, but it's okay. Working on your mindset is a daily habit. It should be. Because we grow, we mature, we learn, we edit things because, if something doesn't work out or if we need to alter the plan or make some adjustments, it all boils down to the mindset. We could think one way and then something happens and then we have to really kind of take a step back and assess our thought process and pivot and make different choices. So it does all come down to mindset, um, and that's what I had to deal with, or I had to implement a new mindset on the fear that I was feeling about going live and or recording a video. And here we are. So again, my name is Latrice Fowler and I am, I guess, officially a YouTuber. See you for the next video.